everybody. I want to give you an update on what this place is like. You've probably seen a few of my other videos riding snow machines through the woods. During the winter time, when you've got 3, 4, 5 feet of snow everywhere you go, yeah, it's really nice. You can just walk through the woods no problem, unobstructed. Basically just pick a line and head towards it and you're good to go. But what you're really doing is you're riding on the top of shrubs and brush and fallen trees and just garbage everywhere. So we're going to be walking back towards my cabin area, and as soon as we hit the clearing area, that is my property line. But let me show you what the woods are actually like once you get outside of a clearing. And then you might gain a little bit more appreciation for the amount of landscaping and just debris hauling and cutting and trimming that I've been doing over the last couple of months. Today is my 60th day here, and let me show you what I've accomplished with snow on the ground and some of my other visits. So let me show you what you're normally going to be looking at, and in a couple weeks all this stuff that you're looking at will be absolutely lush green. You will not be able to see 15-20 yards in front of your face without an established trail. And what I've been doing right now is marking some trees to a new river crossing that I plan on building a bridge. It's just a quicker, faster, easier way for me to get out of here. So I'm going to take you along through this little journey. Once again, I'm sorry for the bumpy video that's about to occur, but come along. And like I said, in a couple weeks, all of this will be absolutely green. And you won't be able to see 15 yards in front of you. So what I plan on doing in the next couple days is coming through this area with my chainsaw and my weed eater with the brush cutter attachment, and just literally plowing down all of this debris and whatnot and throwing it off to the side. We are on state land right now, and here in about 2 minutes you're going to see where my property is. So I've been marking these trees on basically the straightest path over back behind me to the creek where I want to build a bridge. Right now is the high water mark, and the water is not flowing over its banks at that particular point. So that's going to be where my new trail cuts in. Getting to that portion of the creek, building a bridge, and then getting to the other side is only part of the battle. And as you can see, this is basically just a holding pond right here for all the melted snow. It eventually funnels out to the creek river, which is over that way now. So I'm going to be keeping my trail along this line right here. Yep. 2 feet of snow is awesome, especially when you can't see the debris underneath. We'll just have to put that on the blooper reel. So, and please, once again guys, keep in mind, this is what my property used to look like right in here too. It's just thick in here, guys. All this stuff will have green leaves all over it in a matter of, 10, 12 days. So, like I said, I'm coming through here. I'm going to cut all this stuff out and just throw it to the side. Okay. We are now onto my property line. That tree down there that you see, it is ringed. That is my northeast property corner right there. I go 1,300 feet that way, 1,300 feet this way. Well, let me get another angle for you guys. So
I go 1,300 feet in that direction right there. You can kind of see a little clearing through the trees up there. Goes 1,300 feet that way, 1,219 feet that way, and then 1,519 feet that way. So I've got 1,300 feet of creek frontage. So I'm going to walk over to that corner and just give you guys an idea. Everything that you see out here at one point in time looked just like it did back in there. Obviously I came through with chainsaws, weed eaters, and a whole barrage of just hard work, and well, you get the point. So I'll try to give you guys the best idea. And I believe today is April 21st or 22nd. Be honest with you, I don't even count the days anymore. I've been out here for 60 days, that much I do know. I will be leaving in 12 days. So I am ready to get back to civilization, take hot showers, and eat real food. Hamburgers, pizza, steaks, the whole deal. Okay, so that tree that you see right there that is ringed, and it's got that little silver tin thing staked to it, that tree and that tree right there, those are my bearing trees. And what they lead to is they lead to my actual property stake right there. And on the top of it, I don't know if the light is any good or if it's even going to come out, but it's got my property heading on it and whatnot. So from here, I go 1,319 feet down that cut right there, 1,319 feet down that direction right there. The creek is all off to my right hand side, and I got 40 acres all back in there. And as you can see, guys, I literally scrubbed the ground with brush cutters and just you name it. So take you this way. And once again, guys, I'm sorry for the camera being so shaky, but it is what it is. You want to see my little stump farm I've got going? One thing about these brush piles is you absolutely cannot burn during the summertime. The forest out here just gets so dry. Basically, you want to burn during the wintertime, which I just came out of. Unfortunately, a lot of this stuff was absolutely living, so it's still kind of wet. So obviously not the best time to burn. Now my normal trail, crossing the river, is down that way. And actually, we'll do this some other time. That's where I've also given a few updates as well, down that little trail. Creek's not but 50 yards that way, or the river, excuse me. I keep calling it a creek, which it is. But this is what I've been doing, guys. Just brush cutting the living heck out of all this stuff. I'm cleaning it up. So in the next couple of days I will come through and stump all these. I'll cut them level with the ground. As you can see, you see how the stumps are actually a couple feet off the ground like they're heaving? That's because permafrost isn't but 12-13 inches below us. So the roots can't grow down, so they hit that frost and the whole tree pushes up. So let me take you over this way to give you a good idea of what I've been doing, guys. This little section right in here. Once that's cleared out, that's as far as I'm going. That's as far as my manicure process is going to take me. Just yesterday I created these brush piles and did a whole bunch of weed whacking and the whole deal. And basically, guys, it's just a ton of work. Work all day, every day, 10, 12 hours a day. Just my hands and back and everything else in my body is just completely sore. So, I'm going to work right up into this little tree line right here. Right over into there. Cut over into that direction, clean all that up. Reduce a whole bunch of these trees in here. I'll strategically leave a lot of them. I'm a big fan of the spruce trees. They stay, and so do the cottonwoods. The birch trees, not so much. A lot of those will be missing. And there's the little cabin. So, let me take you over this way. Right here, obviously, guys, I've done a ton of work back in here. Obviously, we just circled around. This is what the place looks like just from different angles. Okay, so when I first got here, let me show you the first section of forest that I cleared. And the reason for clearing this forest was not for firewood. It was not just because I enjoy killing and murdering trees. It was to actually let the southern exposure of the sun come through. So that section that I cleared was right over here. Another thing I would like to point out is the reason these stumps are all 3-4 feet off the ground is because there used to be 3-4 feet of snow everywhere you looked that was packed down. So I was actually cutting these stumps even with the snow line that was packed down. And there's a result of all the trees that I took down. All this is obviously cut in rounds. It is stacked. It is now drying. When I do leave, I will tarp it, secure that as well as I can. And every time I come back, at least during the winter months, I will have dry season firewood. So what I did was I took a whole bunch of trees down back to these cottonwoods. And cottonwoods up here are considered garbage trees. You can't build with them, but I like them. They're those large guys right there. And there's basically a line of them. There's 3 there, a couple there, and there's a big giant one right back over in there. You can see it. That's what cottonwoods look like. And then there's another big one right back in there. Hopefully you can see that as well. So all of this will be cleared out and brushed. And all this stuff's going to be thrown into debris piles, and one day when it's safe to burn, I will burn it. But I damn sure don't want to start a forest fire. I don't want to be that guy. And so I'll clean and brush all the way out over into that point right there, back in that corner. And then that hits my property line once again, and takes you all the way over to my northeast corner. So, a few housekeeping chores. I put the snow machine up the other day. I went ahead, you want to get the tracks off the ground. This is an Arctic Cat Bearcat 570. You basically just want to get the tracks off the ground so it keeps it out of the mud so your tracks don't rot. This thing has been absolutely fantastic. I bought it this year, had it freighted out here, and when it got here, it had, I think, 12 miles on it. It now has 537. So I was pretty busy this year, riding all the trails, going to visit people. I've got some amazing videos that you guys really need to check out of Foraker, Denali, and plus just amazing river rides. So definitely check that out, guys. You might see some things. And I'm going to go ahead and do a tour of the cabin inside. Before we do that, this was where I initially started my initial wood pile. I had this stacked up almost 7-8 feet tall, in between these trees, and as you can see, I was stacking on top of snow. Well, that snow has started to come down, obviously, with the changing of the seasons, and my wood pile starts crumbling, obviously. I knew that was going to happen, but it is what it is. It was a place to stack it at the time. So now what I'm doing, which is absolute murder on my body, is I've created the new pile over here, guys. And nothing I ever do is easy. So where I choose my new wood pile, there happens to be a large stump right there, of course. And taking out the other half of that stump was an absolute pleasure, let me tell you. So, leave it to me to put the new wood pile right next to a huge stump. And like I said, trying to remove it is just god-awful. Really painful. So, let's head on into the cabin. It's funny, a couple weeks ago, a month ago, whatever, I would literally just walk straight on to this decking right here. Let me give you one more panorama of what I'm dealing with. And yes, guys, I am going to go back and stump all of this. I'll cut everything level with the ground. I do have plans on borrowing a neighbor's bulldozer within the next year here. I'll come out here, and obviously I'm going to bulldoze all these stumps. So, and let me just show you this. There's a good example of cottonwoods out here, guys. They're huge. I just love those trees. There's obviously one right there, but the one I'm pointing at is over here. They're just huge. I love them. Let me give you a tour of the inside of the cabin. I'm sorry for the light difference, or hopefully it's not too bad. So, first thing we do is we come on in, let the camera adjust for a second. We hit my tool shed area. And this is where I store all my tools and just maintenance things of that nature. It's pretty self-explanatory, guys. Obviously, you can see all that. Everything's got its little place. So, that's tool area. And there's my salami rack. Gotta have the salami, guys. Now this is normally